Hey there. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Insights with Latrese. It is Thursday. All my days are running together, so I kind of forget, but it's Friday Eve. So, I like that, right? I hope you are having a good day. You had a good day and also a good week. I know we're still going through it. I know we are, but we are strong and we can make it. We just have to continue to encourage each other, support each other, pray for one another. And so I hope Insights with Latrice is bringing some comfort to you, some entertainment, some wisdom, and also some hope. We have a real doozy today. If you saw any of my graphics, I have those five people that I birthed that are going to be here. So, my goodness. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about it. Are you following me on all the platforms? Facebook, of course. Then I'm on Instagram at Treese Kabuya as well as Twitter. And say, like, you're driving somewhere, maybe to the grocery store or to work. Get me on the podcast, Spotify, Google, Apple. And, sometimes you have to listen to some things over and over again. And so I hope that's what these broadcasts, these episodes are doing for you. So let's talk about it. Everyone handles trauma differently. And we are in a trauma situation, a crisis situation. And sometimes, we tend to focus on the adults. But what about the kiddos? And I don't mean kiddos like just the babies. I mean children. Let's just say the people you birth, and that can be someone from 20, 30, 40 years old to all the way to, you know, 2, 3 years old. What's happening with them? How are they feeling? Are we checking in on them? Are we making sure that their mental health is good? How are they processing everything? Well, I thought it would be really important and really helpful to get some insight from my children because I do have a wide range of kids. I have a 26, almost 21, 16, 14, and 10. So we have a wide a wide range of people in our family. And so, just like any family, we're real. We have our challenges, our, great days and our working on something days. And this is no different with the crisis. My oldest daughter calls me scary. Anytime I see her out, she's like, Mom, you so scary. Yeah, kind of. So, anyway, let me go ahead and bring them in so we can talk. First, I want to introduce my oldest daughter, who is 26. I know I don't look that old. I know I look 26 myself. But anyway, let's bring Brittany on. Hey, Britt,
Hey guys,
how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Yay. And then I have my 20-year-old, Morgan. Well, you know what? I'll introduce all of them because they're all together. So I have Morgan, if you can wave, Leah, Naomi, and Amina. Hey guys.
Hey.
So first of all, just like I do any other guest, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with mom. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you guys so much. So let's get to talking. First of all, the whole concept today is how are you guys doing? How do we keep peace in the family? Because we're not able to do a lot of moving and going somewhere. So we really want to kind of emphasize how each of you guys are handling and processing this. So let me just start with this question. Um, when this started going down, right, and things started closing up and things are starting to cancel, what was your mindset? What was your process like? Who can talk me through that? What were you thinking? Did you think it was a big deal? Did you think everyone was overreacting? Who can talk to me about that?
Well, from my standpoint, everything was happening so fast, and it was
Okay.
like I wasn't even like, oh my gosh, there's a virus going around. I was like, spring break is almost here. I'm ready to leave school, ready to have my time. And so when the last couple of days before spring break, and everybody was like, we may not come back, say your goodbyes and all this stuff, it was like, okay, whoa, 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 like 2020 is like going down the drain. That's what it felt like. And so now that we're in it, it's calmed down, but like we're not going back to school. So it's been a mix of emotions through this whole time.
Okay. Nate Morgan, I saw that you wanted to say something.
For me, well, I'm in college, so that was it's a different experience being in college and being away from home. Um, it was a big change coming home after being at school and living at school. So it was a big adjustment I had to make. Spring week was coming. Just stuff like regular college stuff that you enjoy doing. So it was very hard for me to come home and like take this pandemic seriously because you're in your own little life in your own little world, and then having to open your eyes and see everything that's going on around you was a big adjustment for me. So
Okay. Now, Brittany, it's a little different with you because you do live on your own. Was it hard because, you had to be limited to where you were going? Even though you don't have to be bothered with all your little sisters per se, but what was that an adjustment for you?
So honestly, I can't hear anyone else. So I didn't hear any of the responses. I haven't heard the conversation, so I missed that part. So I know your original question was how has this affected us? What have we been thinking? I think when it first came about, I can't say I took it too seriously. Um, I'm just thinking it's just here's another thing. Um but then I start hearing about the deaths. I start hearing about not only the deaths, but the deaths that are closer to me. So it started becoming the state started to become closer and closer and closer until I saw something on the local news saying that someone in my county passed away. So that's when it became real for me. And thankfully, I have been blessed with the opportunity to work from home. I'm considered an essential worker, so I'm still working, but I'm at home protected. I only go to the store a million times a day and a million times in 1 week, and I'm definitely cooking a lot more. But blessed to still be healthy and alive and at home and working, and yeah. So, and I don't know
Well,
if anyone else could hear me.
I can hear you. So I don't think they can hear you either. I don't know what's going on, but it's all good because long as I can hear you and you guys can hear me. First of all, I just want to stop and say, hey, Christy, Franco, Lakeisha, Jerry, hey, guys. Make sure first of all, make sure if you have a question, please ask a question. And share this because there's some good information that's coming out of this. So, okay, so we kind of got a feel on everything. Let's talk to the two younger people. This virtual school thing, how was that an adjustment for you?
Well, it was kind of hard because at first, like, it was something new because, like, normally we can just ask our teacher, but the new thing is emailing. And the different projects, we have to have the supplies and everything. And it's been an adjustment, but I've kind of adapted to it.
Okay. And I know sometimes you get a little agitated because, like this morning, can I tell?
Yes,
Gosh.
ma'am.
So this morning, Amina was really upset because she's like, why are my projects based on items that you just don't keep around the house? She's like, I'm so frustrated with this. Every day it's like something else but you know what? We're adjusting to it completely. Um, So I know that you guys are keeping in touch with your friends and stuff like that. What what encouraging words are you giving to your friends, or what are they talking about? How are they vibing? Is that a word that you guys
Absolutely.
use?
No. For me personally, I my closest friend already doesn't go to my school, so we were already kind of used to the virtual communication. However, we because spring break was coming up, we thought we were going to be able to see each other, and she's always over, you know. But because of this pandemic, we've had to strictly stay on the phone or whatever. But we honestly we're just like we're ready for our pop out, and a pop out is kind of just like you show out like when everything's over, we're all gonna just come together and it'll be fun. Just May 15th.
And so that pop out, I know that you guys usually say hot girl summer, but here's the thing about that hot girl summer. For me, almost 50, that sounds like menopause. And no? Okay, never mind. Hi, Courtney and Ava and Miss Marjorie. Hello. I'm sorry. To me, okay, no, okay. So, okay, so we popping out now.
Yes.
Okay, we popping out. So with now really having to play with technology, work with technology, even your grandma who is 79 is on Facebook. So ha- for any of you guys, because any age, was that hard? Because that's like for you, Brittany, you're working from home. Was that an adjustment? Or are you that person that likes to go in, see your people, talk to your people? How did you deal with that?
Working from home is the best thing for me. I don't want to go back into the office. So it hasn't been an adjustment at all. Hasn't been an adjustment staying in the house. This it this hasn't really been life changing in the way that it has been for most. For me, it's just an experience. Is something that I can say, man, I lived through this coronavirus era. I mean, I'm still working. I'm still doing the same things. My school's online, so like I said, other than going to get food, groceries, I'm not outside. Trying to be outside, but not outside yet. So
So are you going to have a hot girl summer too? Is that what you do at 26?
we don't tell the business, mother. we
Okay. Okay. So
don't tell the
I'm gonna
business.
keep it to myself. So
Yes.
I'm gonna have a hot girl summer, but I'm gonna keep it to myself and pop out, right? Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
Okay, that's cool. I'm
Mm-mm.
good. I'm good with it. So for you guys, the younger generation, you guys are fine with this virtual school, this that whole thing, right? Because you're used to technology. Y'all helping me because I'm still working on those TikToks.
Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of some days you're okay with this, some days you're not. Like the first few
Nah.
weeks, yeah, it depends on the subject too.
Yes.
Because I know my friends, me, my sisters, math.
Needs
I
to
don't think it
be
needs to be virtual.
at all.
No, not at all. But we're getting through it because we have to. We have no other choice. So
Yes.
you're figuring out your way how to learn. Zoom is the main thing. Is key during this time, and emailing. And you're also figuring out how to communicate with your teachers differently.
Okay.
So virtual learning has its ups and
Downs.
downs. You can say.
So this whole Zoom, Brittany, do you remember the show Zoom you used to watch after school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? So that it was almost like a foreshadow into okay, never mind. Y'all weren't flowing with me. That's okay.
No. Yeah.
It's okay. I will laugh at my jokes and so will your dad. No problem. No problem. So Brittany, Miss Marjorie said hello, Dr. Marjorie.
Hi.
Um, so okay, let's talk some more about how have you guys stayed encouraged? How have you guys, because how many days has it been?
Too
356 days,
many.
Morgan. How have you, because Morgan, let's just be honest, you had a big adjustment coming home because when we called you and said, Daddy has made the decision, we're coming before they really had shut your and there was this adjustment you really had to make. It took you about a week.
It
You
did.
so how have you kept yourself encouraged?
I would probably say my sisters and my Bible app. I had to really like take the selfishness away from the situation. Like, okay, this is a pandemic. Morgan, you're 20 years old. You're gonna have to get over just the little things that you're wanting right now. You have to see the bigger picture. And so honestly, just with the company of my sisters and just reading my word, honestly, every day just helped me find peace and solace and just the whole thing, honestly. So now that I'm at home and I'm getting free food, there's no issues.
So, Brittany, tell me this. Um, Even though you work from home, I mean, or you're home, you're at home alone, your mother seems to call you 3 or 4 different times a day.
Hmm.
So, how has that affected you? And you answer. And here's the thing, I don't just call, I FaceTime you.
Right. It's great. I'm grateful to have a mother who wants to check on me and make sure, that I'm good. But that's an adjustment because, I'm trying to do my thing and I don't know what you're doing, but you're calling too much.
Me
But
or grandma.
the both of y'all. um,
Exactly.
but yeah.
So who else can talk to me and tell me what you're doing to stay encouraged personally? What about you, Amina? What do you do to stay encouraged?
Well, I try not to think about things that are negative and about like all the news and about like all the deaths because that makes me feel like worried. It worries me. And so just to stay encouraged, I read my Bible app and I just try to do things that I didn't really get the time to do. And that just helps me work towards my goal and like not worry anymore.
So let's speak on that. So you said that you're doing things that you didn't have an opportunity to do. I know that you had joined a dance class, Debbie Allen's dance class, and then you also joined a mogul class for business online. All of this is online. And so, what are some ideas or what are some things that you guys are doing that you probably wouldn't have done if we didn't have to pause for a minute during this pandemic? Anyone?
For me personally, I like to draw and everything. But being at school, balancing school and chores and everything, you don't really have time to do things like color. So I've been able to just relax in my bed and just color and like kind of give my mind a break from everything, not just school, not just everything that's going on in the world, and just color. Like look, those little things that you overlook on your normal day actually help a lot.
Okay. And so, with especially you four being in the house all day, how do you guys manage? Because, all you five are very strong
Yes.
personalities. And so, with you four in the house, how have you worked that out? Hey, Addie.
It's space. You have to give each other
Yes,
your space.
space is
Grace.
key.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll text each other like, "Oh, I miss you guys. Let's have a movie night." But
Right.
like, if you don't get that text, just stay in your
Right.
space.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
We'll check on each other every once in
Yeah,
a
we'll
while.
see. Like,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we're all up and it's late, we'll all go see what each other's doing.
Right.
Maybe get a midnight snack together. But then we're back to our own space. That's
Yeah.
really the key thing.
So
Honestly.
space. So Brittany, they were talking about having space, right? That's helping them to adjust. But I know your dad and I took a long walk yesterday, and I walked into your room, Morgan, with everyone in there, and then Brittany was on FaceTime. So even that space, y'all still like that bond. You're still doing that whole bond. Let me just say hi to Tammy, Rita, Ray. But you still have that bond. So as much as mom calls, but there's still that time where you're like, I still need me time. Because I know personally, after I have cooked for 318th time that day, then sometimes I will go in my room and I lock the door because people sometimes just think they can walk into my room. Yes. So, what else are you guys doing to keep the peace? You guys all talked about Bible app. Not watching as much news because that'll bring you down. I had to stop doing that, watching that the first, one of the first things. What are some other things? You talked about coloring, Naomi. Anything else that you can offer to especially you guys as age groups, because mental health, dealing with this is not easy. I'm reading every day some of the challenges people are facing, losing their job, losing loved ones. And so it's a real situation. So what other things that you can offer? Leah, let's start with you.
Music, and positive music at that, because not all music is going to uplift you, is going to make you feel better. So you have to have, like, for me, I have a positive music playlist that I can just listen to when I feel down, or just talking it out to someone. I know that's
Yeah,
not always like the most popular thing to do, but like me, I'll go in my sister's room like, I'm not feeling it today,
yeah.
and we'll talk about it together. And sometimes it helps to know that someone is going through the same thing as you. So just finding that someone, or finding that music that helps you.
Yeah. And I know this morning you talked to me and you said, I don't feel like school today. I'm not doing it. And I said,
First day.
that's not what you say to parents, but okay. All righty then. Morgan, let's talk to you. What are some other positive things that you can add? Brittany, just so you know, Leah said music has been and just talking it out. Let Morgan.
Um, I would agree with Leah when I say, or when she said music. Um, that's kind of my piece. Also, you kind of made us go outside for 15 minutes just to get the sun and just to feel the air. So I would say that helped a lot. Just going outside every now and, not far, but just in your backyard, around the block is safe. Okay. But yeah, just doing that every now and then just helps you, just to stay at peace. So
Yeah. Hey, Katrina, I see you just sign in. Hello, hello. Brittany, so Morgan added to music, and then she said just getting some sun, going outside for about 15 minutes. What can you add? What is something else that can be encouraging?
Um, I mean, above all, as much as I say that this pandemic has not affected me as much as I feel as it has affected others, I definitely feel like it has caused me to slow down. It's caused me
Mm,
to think about my day to day. And I think that's more so the lesson here is, not to focus on as much as this as real as this is, I should say. Um, let's not miss the focus or lose the focus on what really matters. I feel
wow.
like this is causing people to slow down, to think, to be more cognizant of decisions and the time that is spent, with not only yourself, but your family, your kids, diving into things that you've always wanted to dive in, starting things you've always wanted to start, picking up that book that you've been wanting to read for the past 2 years, or whatever the case is, or starting that idea, that business idea. And even if you're not doing those things, I know it might cause you to look within self, because it's like you have nowhere to go. You're stuck in your house. I mean, other than going to the store. Um, and maybe a few other places, you're at home. So you have no choice but to, face you.
Yeah,
So I think instead of, even with the deaths and, we not really knowing what's gonna happen next, the economy, the price of oil dropping, just all those things. Above all, people losing their jobs and trying to figure out how to provide for their kids, their family, and just bills, just life.
just
Um,
life.
just life. Um, just remembering, focusing on the positive, remembering that you're still healthy, you're still alive. God's blessed you to see another day. Um, and yeah, So
Wow.
and those things too, music and doing whatever you love to do, whatever calms you, whatever brings you peace. Of course, prayer, but yeah, focusing on the things that
Absolutely.
matter.
Oh, that's good. So your big sister said to focus on other things, do start things, start a business, read, focus on what the blessings are, your family, your health, those type of things, and not so much focus on the negative. And so um, that was good. That was good for me. Amina, talk to me. What's something that people can do to help process to encourage?
So like just look up stuff that is good, that's like happening that is good. Good
Okay.
news. Because there's lots of bad news and you don't want to hear that right now since there is this pandemic going on. So you just want to hear good news. And then like Brittany said, start a business like I am. And you just you
Was
like
that a plug? Brittany, Amina says, just like Brittany said, start a business like I am. I think she's doing a shameless plug.
and read, just be grateful that you are still healthy, that you are waking up every day healthy and just energized.
Awesome. Naomi, talk to me.
Like everyone's saying, tap into your gifts. And I honestly, truly believe that waking up every day healthy is such a blessing. Like there's a reason that you're healthy, and so use this time. Don't waste it. Honestly, yes, it's okay to have your lazy days or you binge watch your shows because trust me, I've gone through about 3 shows, but it also really helps to take this time to really tap into those gifts, discover new gifts because I've learned a lot about myself. And as a teenager, this is my time to really understand and grow as a person. And it's kind of hard with school and everything, but this has allowed me to learn who I am, learn what I'm going through, and address my emotions, my feelings, why I'm feeling a certain way, and just take that time to process it.
And I know you've started a little business because I'm seeing those nails. Go ahead and make your shameless plug too.
Get at
So,
me, y'all.
so Brittany, Naomi showing us her nails that she's really doing good. Um, Amina, so what are you doing since we're talking about these new businesses? So your two businesses, so people can know.
So I'm a motivational speaker,
Okay.
Latrese, and then I'm also selling lip gloss because lips can get chapped, and you need your lip gloss. Carry around some lip gloss. Period.
Okay. And then Morgan, I know you're doing a new adventure. What's happening with you?
Yes, I'm starting a YouTube channel, just trying to build myself, put myself out there. So just check my Instagram, check my Facebook, and you'll see the link to that. Go ahead and click that, subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.
And so, but let's talk about it because I'm not surprised that you're doing something on a social media platform because of me and your dad. But it's fun, it's young, your dad and I still don't understand everything about it. But the one thing that you did share with us is that you also want to show a positive, um, how to be positive, how to be godly, how to love God, and be lit. Is that the word? And 20, be young and lit. No, no
Yes,
lit. No,
you
we
were
don't
getting
use
it.
lit
You were
no
kind
more.
of close. You
Almost.
were close. This close.
Okay, so what word would I use?
Um,
Brittany, what do you use? Do you use lit? No one uses lit but me?
It's kind of
right.
going out of style just a little
Right.
bit.
But
Okay.
it's okay. It's okay. You tried.
But y'all understand that, the fact that you're wanting to represent the kingdom in a positive way, in a fun way, in a youthful way. And so we're not going to always understand. But, long as, it brings the glory to God. And so, and I know You're tapping in, Leah, to um, figuring out some politics situation.
Yes.
Yep, yep. So we might see you as president.
Maybe. Just be on the lookout.
To be on the lookout. And then Brittany's knocking out her second degree, and she's going to be owning some things in the medical world. And so, you
Mm-hmm.
know, once again, doing everyone has their own lane. But here's the beautiful thing, it all leads back to the things of God. And that's the great thing about it. Well, we're going to wrap up, but I just want one of you guys, I mean, if there's two of you, fine, but one last insight. I always leave it with an insight myself and then my guest. Um, Amina, can you give an insight? I don't know if that's a word of encouragement or even prayer for the people.
So just think about the good things. Yes, living with siblings, living with your parents, they may get on your nerves sometimes, but you just have to be thankful that they are alive. You have to be thankful that you're alive because people are dying, but you're still waking up energized, you're still waking up healthy, and you just really have to be thankful and grateful that you are still living and walking.
Amen. Well, first of all, thank all five of you. I look at each one of you and I see me in each of you in such a different way. And I'm proud of all of you girls. And I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to the people and encourage the people, and so I'm sure that they will definitely put this down in the books with the Kabuya girls. So thank you, girls. I'll see y'all later. Bye. All right. Well, that was the Kabuya girls, and I'm so proud of each and every one of them and what they're becoming and who they're becoming. My insight, is just what they said. Focus on the positive. Have a heart of gratitude and thankfulness during this time, even if your spouse is getting on your nerves, if your pet is getting on your nerves, you know, have that grace to give to every person that's in your house. Give yourself grace. There's times where you have to, like I said, I go in my room, lock the door, and just take the time for self-care. Self-care is so important right now. Everyone needs that moment. And sometimes it's a couple of times. I call it recess at this point, having school at home now. So to me, it's recess. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you stay thankful. Every morning I wake up, I'm always thanking God anyway, but it hits differently now. And so if you stay focused, I'm not saying that you're not going to have those moments, those days, but let's just take it one day at a time. Let's not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Let's focus on today and how we can muster enough strength to get through today. And with the help of God, we will. So stay strong, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Insights with Latrese. Next week on Tuesday and Thursday, I'll be back with some amazing, amazing guests. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time again. I'm going to have Joshua Anthony, and he is a psychiatrist, and you may have seen him. His video went viral for the Don't No Rush challenge with a bunch of African American doctors. And so he has a lot of insight, a lot of wisdom, and we're going to talk about mental health because we need to. It is affecting our mental health, whether you want to admit it or not. It is very important that we stay balanced, and that we understand what we're feeling and we don't try to ignore it and sweep it under the rug, but that we deal with it accordingly. When we can deal with something, we can get through something. But when we ignore it, it's just going to manifest in another way. So we will be talking to him on Tuesday at 7. Make sure you tune in and also share this. Tell someone about it. And I hope it's been a blessing. I love to join you guys. I love to be a part of your evening. Thank you so much for joining Insights with Latrese. Remember my three reels: real life, real you, real good. And we are going to live a real good life. Take care. See you later.